As we all know, the year 2022 has seen a good share of economic roller coaster. It was obvious that things needed change. The government had to bring in some positive amendments to assist its people. People did need some good wealth boosters to cope up with this record high inflation. There's so much volatility in the market, and all these continuous interest rate hikes, government did need to address with a positive change. That's why the most of the tax changes that we see for this year 2023 are really good news for all of us. As it cuts down on the taxes we need to pay back to the government. And the other changes will definitely help the macro economy of the country in the long run. Even though it might take some money from our paycheck now, in the long run, it is definitely going to help us. So, what are these changes in tax for the year 2023? 1. Introduction to FHSA, First Time Home Savings Account. The second one is better income threshold on tax brackets. The third, extra contribution room for RRSP. The fourth is more deductions on CPP. The fifth is updated tax credits. The sixth, increased contribution room for TFSA. Alright, let's get into the brief details of all these changes. I'll give a short gist of these accounts and how they work and what are the new changes on these accounts for the year 2023. If you want in-depth info of this TFSA, FHSA, RRSP accounts, you'll be able to find those videos on my channel. I'll also be adding more videos around these topics. So make sure to subscribe, get notified when it is released on my YouTube channel. Own it with Rakesh. Well, all these various tax sheltered accounts provided by the government is something we need to take advantage of to grow our wealth in a smart way. Smart play always wins. The smart finances is all about increasing your income and decreasing your taxes. Beautiful. Let's go straight to these upcoming tax changes of 2023. The first change, there is a new type of savings account called the First Home Savings Account or the FHSA. In the 2022 budget, the Government of Canada proposed the introduction of the tax-free First Home Savings Accounts FHSA for the year 2023. This new registered plan is to help Canadians save towards their first home. FHSA will allow account holders to contribute up to $40,000 over the lifetime of the plan. And FHSA combines the features of Registered Retirement Saving Plans, that is RRSP, and the tax-free savings account, which is the TFSA. Like an RRSP, contribution will be tax deductible. And like TFSA, withdrawals to purchase your first home will be non-taxable. I'll display all the fine print and more details of this new change. Just go through what is available on the screen and you'll be able to read through all the required details for this specific change. Take your time, just read through some of the fine print. Now let's look into the second change, better income threshold on tax brackets. All 5 federal income tax brackets for 2023 have been indexed for inflation using the 6.3% rate. Even though the marginal rates remain the same for all these 5 income brackets or 5 income slabs compared to 2022, the size of bracket itself has increased. Look at 2022 and 2023 tables on the screen here. You can clearly see the increase in bracket size. The first slab has changed from $0 to $50,000 to $0 to $53,000. But the tax is at the same 15% as in 2022. The cap for the second slab has also changed from $100,000 to $106,000, but taxed at the same marginal rate of 20.5%. And the rest of the brackets and the marginal rates are as shown on the screen here. Just take a look. These tax slabs are designed to make sure that low-income individuals pay less tax as compared to the higher income earners. With these changes in the tax brackets, we can see a positive change. We'll be getting a smaller tax bill compared to our previous year. These changes that I mentioned are the federal tax brackets. Each province also has its own set of provincial tax brackets, most of which have also been indexed to inflation. So make sure to take a look at those changes as well for the year 2023. Moving ahead to the third change, we all get an extra contribution room for RRSP. The maximum limit on registered retirement savings plan for 2023 has increased to $30,780 compared to year 2022 where the max limit was just $29,210. However, the amount you can contribute to your RRSP depends on your earned income from the previous year. So, how do you find out your limit? The total amount you can contribute to RRSP is 18% of your earned income from the previous year. Now, for the year 2023, 18% of 2022 income cannot exceed this new limit, which is capped at $30,780. So, this extra contribution room on RRSP will be very much beneficial for us. The fourth change is on the contribution rate for Canadian pension plan. In 2022, as part of CPP contributions, 5.7% was deducted from every paycheck of yours until the cumulative deductions reached a maximum of $3,499. However, in 2023, the deduction rate has slightly increased to 5.95% until a maximum of $3,754. The above numbers are for employees employed by an employer. For self-employed, the 2023 deduction rate is 11.9%, which is slightly higher than the 2022 rate, which was at 11.4%. And the maximum also has increased from $6,999 in 2022 to $7,508 in 2023. Just take a look at all the finer details that has been published on the CRA website. I'll display it on the screen here. Just take a look at it. Even though the bad news here is that you're paying more for CPP, the good news is you will be getting it all back later as pension. The fifth change is the tax credits. So yes, the changes with the tax credits, specifically for BPA among others. BPA stands for Basic Personal Amount. This is the amount of income an individual can earn without paying any federal tax. In 2023, this amount has grown to $15,000. So basically what it means is you need not have to worry about paying any income tax on $15,000 of your income. If your income is less than or equal to $15,000, yes, you don't have to worry about paying tax at all. This is good news for students and part-time workers. For everybody else who is earning more than $15,000 and less than $165,000, will only be taxed at 15% for the first $15,000, which is in fact a savings of almost $2,250. So that's a good news for us. Last but not the least, increased contribution room for TFSA. Watch my in-detail video about TFSA. You can find it on my YouTube channel, Own It with Rakesh. Make sure to subscribe. The 2023 TFSA contribution room has increased to $6,500 from $6,000 for the first time since 2019. The cumulative TFSA limit has grown to $88,000 for someone who has never contributed to TFSA and has been a resident of Canada at least 18 years of age since 2009. In short, tax-free savings account TFSA is the Canadian savings account in which contributions, the interest earned, dividends, and the capital gains grow tax-free. Money withdrawn from it is also tax-free. I'll display the chart here on the screen. Take a look at it. But if you want to learn more about it, if you want to know how to make the best use of it, go ahead and watch my video that you can find on my YouTube channel. Before wrapping this up, quick tips for filing your taxes for the year 2023. Yes, 2023 is here, guys. Happy New Year to you all. File your income and the tax return on time to avoid any kind of penalties. The deadline for most people is April 30, 2023. Yes, the deadline is April 30th. Claim any tax credits you may be eligible for. Don't leave that free money. Take any tax deductions you may qualify for. Do some more research on the tax deductions that you can benefit from. Maximize your RRSP if you can, but make sure not to exceed your limit. Maximize your TFSA if you can, but don't go above your contribution room. Own your taxes, own your deductions. Be smart about reducing your taxes. Own it with Rakesh.